Now, anyone that knows me know that I have a heart for the youth. Today's society is going through a lot right now. So many young people are being challenged in so many areas. They're being challenged in three primary areas that I see all the time: drugs, gangs, and violence. Those three areas, you have kids that are challenged in the areas of drugs, dealing with drugs, substance abuse, gangs, to join a gang, whether or not to join a gang, and violence. You see it all the time. I represent people that are as young as 9 years old, and I do a lot of juvenile work, and so many young people are suffering in those areas. So after looking at all this and seeing all this and experiencing all this, I knew that we had to have a show to take care of these issues. Now, I know this issue is just too big for one show, so I said, you know what? We need a series. We need to talk to people that have been there, people that have seen these issues. A lot of folks will be like, Tyrell, man, you ain't never been through anything. You never seen anything. Well, we found people that have. We found people that have experienced what it's like to grow up in a drug area. We have experienced, who have experienced what it's like to be in a gang. We have people that know what it's like to have used drugs and smoked weed and smoked crack and been addicted to so many substances. We have found those people, and we brought them here so they can share their real story with a real attorney. So ladies and gentlemen, hold on tight. It's time to lawyer up.
The big pig is Pedro. Pedro Piggy. He's the big piggy.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Don't walk, walk. Do not enter. Hot dogs. Definitely like hot dogs. Motorcycle club. Everything must go. Ghostly ghouls. Don't look at that, Teddy. Body piercing. Ouch.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Welcome back to Lawyer Up. We're here today with Mr. Raymond Shaw. How you doing, Mr. Ray?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right. Now, I know you are a licensed social worker, clinical with substance abuse counselor with
Yes,
Ray
sir.
of Hope Counseling. Tell me a little bit about Ray of Hope and how you got involved with that.
Ray of Hope Substance Abuse Counseling Center. At Ray of Hope, what we do is we offer DWI services. DWI services, as of 2009, it was mandated by the state that if in fact you get a DWI, then you have to get an assessment, and based on the assessment, I guess the appropriate level of care would be provided. Not only that, we deal with simple possessions, you know, and numerous other drug possessions. How I got into it, it's a long story.
That's what we're here for, buddy.
Yeah, it's a long story. I guess because I had my own addiction.
Okay.
That I suffered from. A lot of people, You know, when they ask, they want me to elaborate or specify in extensive detail. But like I tell everybody, an addiction is anything that has a vice on you.
Right.
And in today's society, people have numerous types of addictions, you know, and not just substance abuse. Addiction can also be a processed addiction, which can be gambling, which could be pornography, which could be shopping. You know, so many different other things that can be associated with addiction as well.
All right.
So yeah, just due to me having a rough life, and granted, all of it was by choice. You know, life is choice driven. So I made a lot of negative choices, man. I've done a lot of negative things that ultimately could have had very, very severe consequences.
That's what I want to do real quick. I want to talk a little bit about the past that you kind of emerged from, because the whole purpose of this series right now is trying to make sure that the youth, the young people, don't get caught up in these vices of the world, the drugs, the gangs, the sex, the violence. We're trying to make sure that doesn't happen, and apparently you have a past that kind of touched some of these areas. So tell us a little bit about your past.
Well, first of all, I want to dispel any type of myth that society, I guess, might want to place on certain individuals, or certain stigmas. They say if you come from a non-dysfunctional family, then the likelihood or the probability of you making negative choices are slimmer. And that's fine. You know, I mean, I come from a home where, you know, both my parents, my father's a pastor, you know, but I still made bad choices. And so that's why I say, you know, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
That's
so
right, man.
No matter what kind of support system you have, unless a person decide that they want something different, then they're going to continue to do what it is that they're doing. Because like I said, addiction can play a very integral role in their life, you know, because they could become addicted to the lifestyle, you know, and everything that it embodies or encompasses. So definitely for me, I'm glad I had the support system, because as time elapsed, it was the encouragement that I would get from my mother, the encouragement that I would get from my father, and certain mentors, you know, just sowing seeds into my life. These were the things that I allowed to resonate and ultimately help to create change in my life.
This is what we're going to do. After this break, I want to actually take some time and actually get down and dirty with it a little bit, man. You know I got to do it, man. You know I got to do it. We got to get a little bit dirty. I want to know kind of what really happened, because this is a real show. And a lot of people don't realize that real things happen. I'm not just grabbing random people off the street. We're talking about people that had real issues and real struggles, and you're going to talk about them for us on TV in a minute.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back with more Lawyer Up.
Thomas Lynch, No Exit Productions.
Regina Sanders with Sanders Photography. I've been in photography business for 6 years, and the thing that I like most about being a photographer is shooting those special moments that people have together.
No Exit Production has been in the business for about 15 years. We cover the gamut when it comes to media production. We do everything from freelance for ESPN and Fox Sports to our own documentaries and video productions.
I love doing weddings, family reunions, baby showers, anything that you could possibly imagine that you want to share with someone else. About 3 years ago, I decided to team up with No Exit Production. It brought my business to another dimension. We now can offer video and photography.
When we teamed up with Sanders Photography, it was a perfect fit because we were able to expand our business to photos. You can log on to www.officialnxp.com.
Contact Regina Sanders at 252-717-0486 or Thomas Lynch at 252-714-8249.
Welcome back to Lawyer Up. We're here with Mr. Raymond Shaw. You know what? Let's get down and dirty with it. Let's get to the Ray that I know, man. Take the glasses off and let's get real. What I need us to do right now is I need you to tell us some of the real deal, what you've been through, because we have young people that need it. They see me like, Tyrell, you ain't never been through nothing. You ain't never did nothing. You don't know nothing about nothing. But I know people that, well, man, talk to us real quick, Ray.
First of all, it's always somebody that knows you.
Right.
That's automatic. Second of all, you can't escape from your past, you know, and I tell people all the time that the obstacles of my past have become gateways to my future.
Preaching, no, boy.
No. I've also shared with a few other people the words of encouragement that you gave me, and I don't know if even you remember it, and you said your past could either be your torment or your testimony. And a lot of times we are our own worst critics, and we allow ourselves to live in the past. I do an exercise with my clients. I ask them, you know, tell me something that you want to forgive somebody else for and something that you want to forgive yourself for. And it's just for growth, you know, for personal empowerment so that you can find ways to advance in your life. But, Rel, come on, man. I mean, I got kicked out of school. You know, I mean, that was just because I was wilding out, you know, getting suspended all the time, doing so many different things, you know, that I'm not really going to go too much into. We're going to talk about it. But I chose a different path, man. You understand what I'm saying? And ultimately, you know, after being kicked out of school, you know, and sometimes hearing from different people, you know, you're stupid. Nah, I wasn't stupid. My actions were at the time.
That's
and
real.
So that's why we
real.
have to be very careful what we feed into our young people, because their actions might be ignorant at the time. You see what I'm saying? But who haven't made mistakes?
Right.
It's just that some people get caught and some people don't.
Right.
So I you know, just after numerous years just doing what I wanted to do, doing what I chose to do, which definitely wasn't the right thing, it caught up with me, man. It caught up with me, and I had a situation where I was looking at 20 to life, you know what I'm saying? And that's real. And it was for something that I didn't do. And so that was the crazy part about it. So while I was locked up, I'm saying if I'm in here for something that I didn't do, you know how many other people are in here for something that they didn't do?
Right.
And you get people, you read in the paper, and people are often being vindicated now, but after laying down for 20 years, sometimes 15 years, you can't get your daughter's prom back.
That's
you
right.
can't get her wedding back.
That's
So
right.
there's certain events that you could have missed out on in life.
So did that open your eyes? Like sitting in the jail, this time knowing for something that you didn't do.
Yeah.
Did that open your eyes? Like, man, what if I did do something that gets me here? Did that open your eyes up, man? Like, man, this is real.
Sure it did. And while I was in jail, God put in my spirit, he said, just what you said, what if it was something that you did do? I'm a thorough dude, Rel. I know the consequences of my acts. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He said, what you need to do is now is your chance to reach out to me. I got your attention now, don't I? You see what I'm saying?
I
So
like it.
granted, you're in this situation, but you have a lifeline. You see what I'm saying? Even when I called my brother, he said, Ray, did you do it? I said, nah. He said, don't worry about it. If you're going to worry, don't pray. And so I found myself ministering to people while I was in there. I found myself encouraging people that was on my block. I was 23-hour lockdown, come out for an hour, had the highest bond. You hear me? And so, you know, it was a wake-up call. It was. When I got out, my father looked at me and he said, don't get bitter, get better.
Now, like, don't get bitter.
Yes, sir.
Get better.
Because if you get bitter, you'll get mad at the judicial system.
Right.
And I often share with my clients, being angry is okay, but you're going to have to learn how to channel your anger and frustration appropriately. But being bitter is like cancer. It can eat away at you. And so it did hinder my faith in the judicial system, you know, when I got out, because like I said, I was, you know, falsely accused. But another thing it allowed me to do is have a redefining moment.
Right.
I looked at where I was and I looked at where I wanted to be. And so the thing that impressed me the most was helping people that battle with addiction. That impressed me a lot. You know, I wanted to help the youth. I wanted to show them that if I could change my life around, surely you could do it. Like I said, I'm no different. I got kicked out of school, you know, and then, but chose to get my GED, then chose to go to college, and then chose to, you know, just keep persevering, man. And I think that's very big in today's society.
But this is what we need to know. How? All right, it's real big. So many people, they're like, man, I got kicked out of school. Well, I can't fix this. I was wilding out. I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. I can't fix it. We'll be right back with more Lawyer Rock. In the game of life, we have many challenges. Sometimes our opponent thinks that they have us beat. Check. Sometimes they think they have us exactly where they want us. But then, we make the right strategic move. Checkmate. Despite how bad the situation may appear, hire a law firm that makes the right move.
You know, sometimes a burger, fry, and a drink from the dollar menu just won't do. Come on down to Main Street Chicken and Barbecue. We carry the food that makes you feel good, starting with our St. Louis style ribs, turkey wings, barbecue turkey barbecue, candy yams, collards, cabbage, and more. So yes, come on down to 3733 North Main Street, Farmville, North Carolina, and we also do catering. So give us a call at 252-531-7587. Main Street Chicken and Barbecue.
We're back with Mr. Raymond Shaw of Array of Hope Counseling. Look, tell us what makes Array of Hope different from so many of these other, I love the name, by the way, Array of Hope, because hope is one thing that we really want to give our young people and the people that are charged with these issues, hope. So tell us how you do that, Ray.
I can say that I provide hope by experience. And I had a professor tell me, well, if I never had a baby, does that mean I can't help your wife or, girlfriend deliver one? And so I understand that. Right. But when you're dealing with the substance abuse population, a lot of times they want to know, what have you been through yourself? And then they tend to gravitate more towards you because they understand that you could be more empathic about their situation. Right. And at Array of Hope, man, we pride ourselves on confidentiality first and foremost, right. And aside from that, meeting people where they are. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You cannot set goals for an individual if that's not a goal that individual wants to set for themselves. A PCP, that's a person-centered plan, meaning that plan is centered around the individual. And so I would say something that maybe sets me apart is that I embrace this population. You see what I'm saying? I never try to act as if I had some type of ostentatious, attitude. I'm on some sadistic kick. I'm better than. No, I'm no better. You understand what I'm saying? I'm no better than they are, and they understand that. And I'm not always suited down. Where I could have on my Jordans, jeans, whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Be the way they are, man.
Yes, sir. It's your level of professionalism that's exhibited that's really going to make the difference, man. So we just love helping people. And anytime I get the chance to help somebody and they tell me, I appreciate you, I think, for what? Only thing I did was equipped you with the necessary tools to combat different forms of addiction if you wanted to. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just helping to empower you in numerous ways, but ultimately it's up to you, man. And a lot of people, Tyrell, they don't want help. They just do things from a systemic approach because they want to pacify the court systems or the probation officer. Right. You see what I'm saying? But I know the ones who want help because they're willing to disclose information. And that's the only way you can get help is when you're being honest with yourself.
You gotta be honest.
Me.
You can't. Same thing with me. Yeah. You got to tell me what really went down. Yeah. Yes, but look, if someone wanted to get help, someone wanted to get in contact with you, with your services or with your facility, how do they go about doing it? Is there a phone number they can call, a website, or how do they get in contact with you?
You could Google, because it's a mental health facility, it's licensed by mental health. You could Google Array of Hope. A phone number for the Greenville office, area code 252-413-0401.
So 413?
Oh, I'm sorry, 413-0401.
And that's the office right here in Greenville?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We have another location in Atlantic Beach.
Okay.
And that number is area code 252-269-0778. Man, we'd be glad to assist anybody if we can. And if we can't help them, another thing we pride ourselves on is making the appropriate referrals.
Now, one thing I want you to do right here now, Ray, because really, we are about, in this entire series, this whole series is about reaching out to young people, reaching out to folks, and helping them to understand that your past doesn't define you, and you can make it. What I want you to do right now, here's this camera right here beside me.
Come on, that's me.
I want you to look in that camera, and you tell them how they need to overcome. Give them the message. Give them some hope.
Okay, all right. Young people, no, young and old people, people in general, I admonish and encourage you to not give up, never give up. I want you to continuously be encouraged to do something positive, even when you have the naysayers around you that say you can't do it. I'm living proof. I'm an example. If you go back to my high school in Connecticut, or even, ask other people, I was supposed to be a statistic according to them, but I did not allow society to define or dictate who I am as an individual. And it behooves you to do the same. A lot of times it's easy to get caught up in what it is that your peers are doing. And I understand it, even if I don't agree, because Maslow's hierarchy of needs is being accepted, so there's the need to feel accepted. But I encourage you to obtain your own individuality, because when you go to lay down at PCDC, you're there by yourself. When you win with everybody, but when you lose by yourself. And remember, man, bad things happen to good people. I'm an example of it.
Preach to him, brother. Well, look, I really appreciate you talking to him. Look, we'll be right back with more Lawyer Up. All the evidence is in, and now it's time for the final arguments of the lawyers. When I hear those words, I feel like a baseball player in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, and I'm up to bat. When I hear those words, I feel like a basketball player with 3 seconds on the clock and the game is on the line. When I hear those words, I feel like a quarterback in the 4th quarter on a game-winning drive, 2 minutes left to go. When I hear those words, I feel like I'm in a championship fight. I need a knockout to win. When I hear those words, there's one thought that goes in my mind. There's one thought that plays over and over again. There's one phrase that I continuously hear. And that phrase is, let's go to work.
Horseradish. Is that for horses? Remember me, Mr. Lobster? From last Tuesday? Banana. 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 Here comes the rain. We need a hat. And why do we need a hat? That's right.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. For more tips, go to bornlearning.org.
Sometimes a burger, fry, and a drink from the dollar menu just won't do. Come on down to Main Street Chicken and Barbecue. We carry the food that makes you feel good, starting with our St. Louis style ribs, turkey wings, barbecue turkey barbecue, candy yams, collards, cabbage, and more. So yes, come on down to 3733 North Main Street, Farmville, North Carolina, and we also do catering. So give us a call at 252-531-7587. Main Street Chicken and Barbecue.
Now in court, I oftentimes say something kind of like this. You can smoke cigarettes for 15 years, but you're still going to have to deal with cancer. You can quit, you can stop smoking, everything can be over, but you're still going to have to deal with cancer. You have to deal with the bad decisions that you made in life. There's a wise saying that goes, experience is a good teacher, but a fool learns from none other. Today we had real people talking about real issues, real struggles, real challenges that they overcame. They talked about the cancer that they overcame from the choices that they made in their life. That was a song that went that the children are our future. That song is very true. And these people took the time out of their day to make sure they can express to you how not to follow in their footsteps, how not to get cancer, how not to make the bad decisions that they made in their lives. Now, so many young people struggle in these areas of drugs. So many young people struggle in the areas of violence. So many young people struggle in the areas of gangs. And so many people wonder, can it happen? Can I deal with it? Can I fix it? Can I beat this thing? But we have people today through this series that told you and showed you that it can be done. It doesn't matter what situation you find yourself in, you can overcome it. We have real people that did that. I care so much about the youth. I care so much about our future. And these people care so much about you, they do not want you to fall in the trap. If you have a criminal record, if you're a person that is addicted to marijuana, addicted to cocaine, or addicted to anything like that, it will affect your life. They told you that it would affect your life. It affected their lives. If you're in a situation like that, get help. We have people here that will be able to help you. They told you the numbers. You can get help. Our future, the future for myself, the future for my family, the future for my child, the future depends on you. We need to make sure that we are taking care of the future. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the future. So what I want you to do is to make sure that you learn from the mistakes and not following those footsteps. Thank you for tuning in, and watch next time for more Lawyer Up.